In this video we're going to fit the oil pump, this thing here, to the back of the R380. Now, I do things a little bit differently. I don't care what anybody else does, but my way works 100%. Because what I do is I take the pump apart, because usually if you're doing a rebuild and you don't want to buy a pump, you'll find out that you've got a gasket in the kit. So if you've got a gasket in the kit, you've got to take it apart anyway. So what I do is put the casing on first and then put the pump in. And there isn't a reason for that, because on your lay shaft here you've got a bearing to line up and this flat on here which locates in the gear. So you've got to try and line up, even I can't do it here, you've got to line that up whilst you're putting the casing on. But when I filmed this, I was trying to do it by hand and I couldn't see, I didn't know what I was doing, so I'll leave it in, but you'll get the drift. Because the oil pump has two holes in it, and it really goes, the oil goes in at the bottom and out at the side like that. But the thing is, if you tap it in and you get it wrong, it's a bugger to get out. So I use some little guide studs here. They're M5, they're actually Allen bolts that you cut the heads off, round off the ends and drop them on. Now I had a bit of a problem because somebody had put sealer in the old pump body and you couldn't get the studs in, but that's besides the point. And we also made at JP's this little tool here, you can see a bit clearer here, that this locates on the studs like this and it's hitting like this. Now you'll see how hard it is to knock that pump in, so you just want to do it right. So I build up the pump whilst it's on the back of the casing, and then once it's too early, once that bit's in, then put that bit in, then put the other piece in, cover on, job done. I hope that explains it. Let's see the video. Right, that fits nice. The reason why we came up with this idea was that if you hit this with the hammer in the middle, it's not a good idea, it's only a bit of steel, could bend. And this pump's in really good condition, you can see it's got hardly any wear on there. But by having a nice flat surface on there, and I put a little notch so I know which is the top, I can put that on and bang this pump in. And I know it's going to go square because it hasn't got this bit in yet, which is going to foul up what we're going to do. Which this will be probably a complete cock up. But anyway, let's see how it goes. You can see I'm tight, right? You know you've got to compress that seal, and that's why we put Vaseline around it to help it get in. Now, sometimes I don't think they're going to go in, you know. But you never know if they're going to cut the O-ring. You don't know until you put oil in them. That's the worst part about it. Right, so now we can get a bit of Vaseline. Put it on the rotor. And we'll get a bit of Vaseline and put it on this drivey bit. I don't know what you call it. Obviously that boss goes down to the bottom like that. That's into there, and then we're going to find a place for that to sit into there. Easy. Now the next tricky thing with this is we're going to clean it off. We don't want Vaseline everywhere. We'll clean off that, but it's got a little bit of Vaseline in to give it a head start. Now these pumps actually do run in oil, they are sat in oil, so that's maybe is a bit of a problem for leaks, you know, once you've got it in the car and it's assembled, because we have done videos before when we put it on the test bench where the bloody things leak out of some of the stud holes. Right, so got to put our gasket on. Now this gasket should only go on one way because the bolts are all higgledy-piggledy, and I think it goes on like, yeah, it goes on like that. Again, you can put your bolts back in if you wish. Or does it? No, it will only go on one way, won't it? Just let's try it while we're here. Will it go on the other way? I don't think it will. No, they don't line up. Something that I've never really thought about before. No, they don't line up. And they don't line up, so it does go on that way. Where is it now? Yeah, like that. Now if you're still unsure, you can put your guide studs back in. Oh, put it the right way around. All these little things help, you know what I mean? Now we shouldn't have to need any sealer on that gasket. We don't want to get sealer inside the pump. So now we're going to do is put the top on the cover, the top on, and it's marked top on there, so the top goes to the top naturally, like that. And then we're going to put a little bit of Loctite, when we can find it, on these wee screws here that hold the cover on. I'll do that in a bit, but first of all I'm going to find the key for it. The bolts, the screws holding that down, are T20. Now I'm not going to use a rattle-tattle gun or anything like that, I'm just going to do them by hand, because they're only very small screws. No, they're not very big. And I have an adapter to go onto the ratchet, because these are all quarter drive. Like I say, it's tempting to do it with the impact, but I don't know, they're just too small. So let's get them started, because it has to go through a gasket. Just do them progressively. Wind them down a little bit till you get some resistance. We all know resistance is futile. The gasket itself, you know, you add that sealer type stuff on, that should stop any oil coming up and through the threads, but I have had them come through the threads before. Spoils a bloody day, that's why I test everything. Right, let's just nip them down a bit. It would have been nice if I had like a ball and socket for this thing. Just a little bit of a turn. Now the trickiest thing is, like I said, these are T20s, but the other ones are T25. They're a little bit bigger head. Don't get them mixed up, like the long bolts that hold it down, because the small one will fit and it'll eventually strip them down. They're not the same. Just to explain what I was saying about that before, the T20 will fit in here and you think it's a snug fit, but it isn't. It's T25. But I have had them leak oil out of there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on there, you know, but I'm also going to put a little bit of RTV around the head, just in case. So I'm going to screw all those down. I'll come back. Right, well, you probably can't see it because it's at this side now. I've put the transfer adapter on the back for the oil to go through the pump and to here. Now we're going to put the collar on, and that's just about our last major job on that. I've gone around and scraped off all the silicone and things like that, made sure everything's in place. Everything looks good. Yeah, we'll put this collar on. Now, what do we need? We need a spanner. We need this tool here. Don't be tempted to heat this up and put it on, because you're going to go through an oil seal. This is never a good thing to heat up oil seals. The guy who took a gearbox off, well, who brought a gearbox in a few weeks ago in a box, to get this off, they heated this up, and it had a plastic roller, you know, like the cage on the roller bearings, melted it. It's not good, is it? Alright, now this takes a little bit of upper body strength, but we'll get there in the end. And then to get them off, that's a bugger as well, isn't it? But don't hit them. Don't bang them down. That shock will go all the way through your casings. Damage bearings. So it's worth spending a bit of time to do it like this now. I'm not sure if you can see that the collar's going down, and you put this collar down until it's touching the bearing.